on right now. I'm gonna complain about Twitch really quickly because for some reason, getting a Twitch like a link for Twitch, like trying to copy the link for YouTube, it's like you copy it once and then you paste it and you're done. And then you copy the Twitch link and you paste it and it pastes the YouTube link, even though you very, very clearly posted the link, to copied the link from YouTube. And you'll have to do this like 2 or 3 times before it actually gives you the Twitch link. And I don't know what's up with that, but it's really annoying and it drives me insane.
That's how that goes. Yeah.
Roadtrip. There we go. Alright. Now we wait for this thing to post. And yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the special version of the Fitness Gram Pacer Test. During this instance, we're actually going to be progressively breaking every bone in your body and making sure that you'll stay alive during the process. We're starting with your nose. Ready?
The most innocent and wholesome SCP entry.
Fucked up and evil special part of the Fitness Gram Pacer Test.
I mean, if it was, granted, if it was,
you say that, but there's an actual like tickle monster.
If it was like the SCP, it'd probably have some shit of being like, yeah, it can teleport right up to you, and like it has like Super Goku levels of like fuck you power, so you can't escape it. So you have to like trap it in a loophole kind of way.
Is there an SCP that kills other SCPs?
Some of them do.
There's a couple.
Like,
I'll never get over the fucking.
Don't forget the estrogen stone.
I'll never get over the fucking Among Us SCP that got deleted because people were like, "Are you fucking serious?" Actually.
Don't forget SCP-067.
Hey, the last session was session 50.
Yeah,
What
this
a
session.
celebration we had.
Welcome to session 51.
51. And
yeah, this is a real cool one.
And remember the last time, you guys arrived at the town real late. Like, I'm talking like
Wait, are we gonna do a sound check?
Oh wait. Probably should, even though I think everything's in working order, but we'll try it.
Alright, I'll deafen. I can find my mouse cursor. Ah, there it is.
Fortnite.
But yeah, top to bottom, Josh, you say something?
Hi everyone. Remember, even if the program that you used crashes before and it seems like it saved everything, you should double save everything.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fucked in the butthole.
Alright,
I'm gonna tase you in the butthole.
Yeah, I say, so for, Justin, say something? Noir.
Hi.
You wouldn't believe it, but we're already into the epilogues of the 5th Beaglesaurus novel. Keep chapters every day. You won't believe your eyes, you won't believe your ears, and you won't believe other parts of your body you've never listened to before.
Aw.
That's concerning.
I kind of like. I think I'd probably do
into
this
it.
as Spires, having like a little like a banner that pops up that's Beaglesaurus related that I click on every time it's mentioned. So there's like a little visual banner on the screen while it's being talked about to show you what is in fact being
Just
Sounds
talked about.
inventive, artistic, and perfect.
I should actually
What a
just create,
perfect
like,
idea for Golden Week.
For as many times as it's mentioned, I feel like I should just have a little thing at the bottom of my fucking Twitch that just says "Read the Saga Song of Beaglesaurus today." You can just click on it and it goes right to your AO3.
And me nonchalantly being like, and also read this other thing I'm working on. And that it's like that way I could sneak it in if I ever were to work on such a thing. Anyhow, Roboot, say something.
Final Fantasy 14 ever called Can't Come Fast Enough. Please, Yoshi P, I need this new tank.
Alright, and last but not least, that's everybody I want to say.
Did you know that the YouTube thumbnail says Spires of Corruption right now?
It will autocorrect in time. Trust the
Why
process.
does it do that?
I don't know.
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
Did you make it do that for
Checking
some
myself,
reason?
checking myself, checking myself.
I didn't even intend it. Like, if you go to my channel and you go to live and you see the VODs of the other stuff, you will see the thumbnails of like various highlights of that moment.
You know.
Alright, we're good.
I got Maestro Dodo off a single.
Oh, can you
prequel
follow up
thank
on
you
that question,
bullshit.
AC?
Oh,
You think we can do that?
so, oh, let me read this to myself.
I know I get a shit ton of Uma Musume, but also damnation,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, cool.
I have an idea how we can do
Damnation,
that.
Daniel.
Alrighty then. So last time, you arrived at the city of Des Moines, Iowa at like 3 a.m. I had a section of this where it had a section called Outskirts. I forgot to export that. But as you did, on your way here, you heard of a drug known as seaweed that gave somebody fish-like properties. It's been spreading across the fucking stuff, across the scene, across the streets. There's various like junkies have taken it, turned to fish people. You saw a guy jump into the water, and you also heard of the Maze of the Minotaur. That's just kind of going around as a rumor as of late. But as you looked into this, you decided to meet up with a hunter you talked to back at the gas station. And when you went to go talk to him, he told you he had he gave you burner phone, and he was like, "Oh, you contact me and we'll meet up at base." And you did that. Everybody at the base was dead, and the base exploded. And it is like still in like the 3 a.m. time, like almost, I would say almost 4 a.m. But it's been a wild night. You also do have you do have George. Wait, what the fuck? Sorry, I thought I saw like a face like creeping across here for like half a second.
You good, bro?
No, that
IQ too high?
was the only thing.
The faces, they're appearing.
There was like I thought I saw a face, but you know what? It's fine. I've curbed the problem.
This
So-
is a meta foreshadowing.
So, you also remember that after you recuperate, thinking about what to do, you also have a familiar face but unfamiliar person just kind of chilling in the back, staked. You remember Georgie, as the name went.
AC question:
Yeah.
If when vampires are staked, do they still starve of blood?
I think it's like torpor, so it's like they're put into a sleep. I do not know if they still starve or not.
All right, so you don't know if they go full stasis or not,
I think they go full stasis actually.
because that would mean that they don't need blood while staked.
Well, it's hard to ask them too.
I just want to make sure that
vampires-
we aren't starving this guy while he's like in the bag.
Just like I'm
We've,
just
we've
poking at
never
the last
worried about
remaining-
it before, really.
I'm just poking at the last remaining Langstrom with a stick.
He's a vampire. He'll survive it.
So. Zach does come up. Zach with an H, by the way, comes up and is like, I think I got a hotel in the area. Well, an apartment. A hotel I rented out. I was able to get a connection with somebody that happened not to be at the base during the whole incident, and I think we could just kind of chill. It's like 4 a.m. We should probably figure out what we're gonna do with this guy, because the sun might come up here. I mean, it's fall, so it's not gonna be like right at 6, but like it is getting close to like morning. So I don't know if you guys want to stick him out for the rot in the sun, or if you guys need more info out of this guy and you need to keep him in like a trunk somewhere.
So, what was the deal with the aquarium again?
The aquarium was rumored to be where the host of the where the parasites came from. There's an aquarium at the science center that opened, but while getting deep sea creatures, they got a specific kind of deep sea entity they really should not have gotten their hands on, and it has slowly controlled and spread its influence throughout the area.
Alright, so we should probably figure out what the deal with the aquarium is. This guy might know how to navigate it, where the shit is.
It's all the same with you. Maybe we should take a second to like rest. It is 4 a.m. and despite my all-nighter persona, I would very much like to take a sleep now. Yes.
Alright, we can throw him in the basement of the bus.
All right, your bus is a base. You know what? I won't inquire. Anyway.
Now the bus is magical.
All right, so I'm gonna head to the hotel. I suggest we all rest. We kind of sleep on our decisions. I don't think we should really just be bum rushing an operation at like 4 a.m. with no sleep. I think we just need to get a good rest. Maybe talk about some stuff before and afterhand. Well, I'm gonna talk to my buddy about the details of what transpired before we sleep. But yeah, we'll talk and we'll maybe get in touch tomorrow when we wake up. All right.
At the
me.
mention of the bus being magical, Ed thinks that Malcolm would look really cool with a lizard. He was thinking a magic school bus.
So
Cruising on down Main Street.
So I don't know where your bus is located per se, but
Octopus in the neighborhood.
I will be heading towards the hotel in the meantime. You can contact your driver to bring him over here. We can very smoothly transfer our vampiric elephant in the room to your vehicle. Actually, we've addressed this. It doesn't quite work the same. Anyhow, yeah. Just contact your driver.
Yep.
Was Malcolm with us? I forget.
Malcolm was not with you guys the last part. Malcolm was still on the bus. He was with you at the gas station, though.
Alright, so do we just head over to the bus?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
You transfer, You transfer the Langstrom like clone into the
Langstrom
base
like.
bin, stake still in hand. Oh, still in heart. And you all enter. I'm gonna get a good song for this. One that's not like super evil. Actually, this will work. It's not super like intimidating or super evil. It's only Resident Evil 4. No, this is 4. So you head in. Into the vehicle itself. You
Unless there's anything to talk about. I mean, honestly, if there are things we should talk about, we should definitely do it after we all sleep because
Yeah, I don't
It's
think we
really
have much
good.
information really to talk about.
Right now. I'm gonna turn in with you guys.
So, as you do, y'all go to the upper floor, and you kind of see some people. You kind of see Smith over here going down the steps, going back to the storage compartment before the sun comes up, and y'all just kind of get situated in your various bed and compartments. Alright. And then you wake up the next day.
yeah, no.
No troubles.
All right, I guess we'll
No.
go talk to the guy and talk to him about the aquarium.
I wish I could wake up and actually feel sleep and feel like I got sleep for once. But yeah, let's go get moving.
Unless there's other places on the map.
Mind stuff.
No, like I'm just like permanently tired, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What's the cost?
Robert, why are you so quiet?
It sounds
Suddenly you got
distant.
really quiet.
Oh, it's 'cause I'm
Seven. Zach is just talking to me from like 5 feet away. No, from like 20 feet away.
Yeah, me too.
It's like,
And
But yeah, Robert, why are you talking so quiet?
Oh, it's because I'm putting a shirt on.
I see.
So you weren't wearing a
Zach
Ash is
shirt
in his room
before.
putting a shirt on.
it's too hot for Twitch.tv. Oh.
So y'all gather around.
Seven is also going to get up and walk downstairs to see everyone down
And it's
there.
also gonna put a shirt on.
And Malcolm just kind of is already in like the driver's seat, just kind of sitting there, and he turns to y'all and is just like, "Oh, you're all up. Nothing happened during your sleep that I'm aware of at the moment. Thankfully, we didn't have any attacks or whatnot, so shouldn't be good. You still got that burner phones or whatnot.
Apparently, Steph has like 50.
Yeah, now here, and then I just like I open up like I pull up my pillowcase in a comedic fashion, and like 80 more burner phones come out.
Malcolm,
Where'd you keep all
Apparently,
those?
like 80.
A little
Malcolm
big case.
grabs one of them and is like, "All right, I'll have to hold on to one of these exactly."
Don't worry, there's many more in a very accessible place for you. And I open up like the glove compartment a creak, and like 30 more phones come out.
Why'd you fuck? Isn't that his room? Why'd you fucking put them all in there?
I actually have no idea how those ones got there. That's actually kind of scary. I was like doing that for a bit, and I didn't expect any phones to come out. That's kind of fucked up. Did I attract like another cognito hazard?
She's gonna awaken as a
I'll-
mage any moment.
Deal with that one later.
He's pulling her phones out.
Now, no. You do get a call on the one burner phone you did set up earlier to talk to Zach, spelt with an H. And it's from his number.
Mushy mush, Zach Des. Or no, actually, you're Zach.
Ah,
Fuck.
yeah. I just wanted to check up on you.
All right, we need a name to separate them. How about Z Diddy?
How about no?
No.
Anyway,
That's
Damn.
a horrible idea.
so
Anyways, yeah, where you at, buddy?
I'm at the hotel. Thankfully, because this is was like an old hotel for musicians, it's kind of soundproof, so we can kind of discuss some things. But
Ooh.
I will say, Buddy and I have I've been taking care of him for his psychological stuff. He didn't take the news well. Probably poor guy's taking it worse than I did. I witnessed the damn thing. But yeah, I've been I scanned everybody at the well, not electronically, but you know, just kind of I observed various people in the hotel. Doesn't look like we got any it doesn't look like we got any fishes at the hotel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel you.
I only scanned the hotel because I've spent most of my resources looking into the other guy. And nothing. I've looked everywhere. I can't find anything on this guy. So if you guys could eventually find anything on him, just let me know. But I've looked. Granted, it doesn't help that a big part of my organization is no longer with us. But wrong song. I need to keep looping this one. But yeah. And it's kind of scary how little information there is on this man. It's kind of like yeah, I don't know.
I mean, not to put you down, man, or anything like that, but also you're the local here. Unless there's a place though, you know, that we can kind of like make contact with some people who might know something about this guy. But we're kind of shooting in the dark like you are.
Which guy are we focusing on again? Sorry. What's the
Mr.
guy we're
Minotaur,
talking about?
right?
We're talking about the Bull Mask character once again, but it's like, but you know what? I knew
Does our
somebody.
vampire friend know about him? Sorry, go ahead.
I don't remember if we asked or not, but I will say probably ask him when he's not going to be obliterated by the power of the sun. But that aside, tell you what, I'm just gonna say that I think we should stick with, and this is just my advice. I think we should just stick with dealing with the monsters that we know before going on to the monsters that we don't know. Granted, we don't entirely know the whole deal with the fish people and the seaweed, but we know way more about them than the Minotaur guy.
You know, honestly, at this point, I choose to believe that the Minotaur will probably just kind of like appear along the trail of investigating the fish people. So, you know, probably not that bad. Probably not that difficult.
Is it fucking? Is this guy called on a phone, right?
On a flip phone, yeah.
Okay, I assume then
Oh, here, you want to talk to
one of
him?
us can't hear him. Well, I don't have anything to say to him.
Okay.
Anything else you guys need?
Nothing right now. Just let us know where we should like head to.
Right.
You know, like, what's the next plan? What's the plan?
Oh, we can
Well,
probably
I feel like we have some time before then, don't we?
we can probably scout out the aquarium before.
We have some time before
You
then.
know,
I think
What?
Seven, we certainly do know a lot about your intended friend of yours who you are trying to find solutions with. What is your name, after all?
Seven's gonna just say, "Oh, yeah,
Well, guess I might as well get it out of the way.
You can't write 7 on a marriage certificate.
I guess now is the time. Let me go to my little download, my little folder. No, let's not put the Skyrim mod I had to configure a while ago.
Ah, dude, CBBE, my favorite.
This is the low sword stance with this animation mod. It makes the rapiers.
Wait, 30 minutes?
I cut this in half, by the way.
What?
For one. Yeah, no, there's a lot of talking.
I guess.
Now, fucking, I will say, AC, I was gonna DM AC this. There's going to be points in this where we pause, so it's not just me dumping on you.
Alright.
I had no other way to figure out how to do this, so I apologize.
Josh, you got ambitious.
For this?
I didn't get ambitious. I tried to figure this out because I want you to know this is me just reading a script. Majority of it is me reading a script.
Damn, I thought me with my Virgil thing was gonna be crazy.
Alright. Let's get into it.
I think it's time I come clean with you all. Not just about Felicia, but several things. I guess since I'm coming clean about this, let me start from the beginning. I was born to normal parents. Well, normal as it can get, considering my dad somehow pissed off some Camarilla people and got my mom and
Am I supposed to hear something?
Despite me thinking he's totally
Hear nothing.
I don't actually hate my dad. Wait, you don't?
Wait,
oh my god, I had this on mute the entire time. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Oh my god.
That's very funny.
That's not the first thing you check.
No, I think that I think it got mixed up when I were doing the sound test.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Boy.
Normal parents. Well, normal as it can get, considering my dad somehow pissed off some Camarilla people and got my mom and himself killed. Despite me thinking he's a total jackass, I don't actually hate my dad. I just find what he did to be immeasurably stupid. I was left alive that night, I guess because they didn't go upstairs to check for a baby in the crib. Thankfully, my parents had called out a repairman the night before, and he was able to find me the following day, along with the bodies. Then my uncle took me in. He is the person who introduced me to being a hunter. He offered me a chance to go down that path after I had turned 5. The main reason why I became a hunter was, to be perfectly honest, I thought maybe that would get me closer with my uncle. But he just never really fully connected with me. He never really stepped up to being more than my weird, distant uncle. He never did wrong by me, but I think I needed more. I needed someone that made me feel heard, I guess. That made this loneliness bearable. For a good portion of my early life, I was able to at least chase away those feelings of loneliness with my best friend, Venti. Venti was his code name. And before you ask, no, he didn't speak Spanish. Apparently his dad was numbered Quattro. And before you ask, he also didn't know how to speak Spanish. Apparently his dad's dad, his grandpa, did speak Spanish because he migrated from Mexico. But I'm getting sidetracked here. Venti was my best friend. I felt like I could talk to him about anything. And I didn't feel alone in this world. Like, all the problems that we faced together felt like we understood each other. Granted, he was a big comics guy. Apparently his dad thought any electronic device would get them tracked by the government, so his house was relatively electronic free. So he mostly read comics, because it was the only thing his dad would really get for him. Honestly, talking to him about them made me feel normal, if I had to describe it. Like, we weren't a bunch of weirdo people that were hunting vampires at night. But I guess it doesn't last long being a hunter. About 6 years ago, the hunter group I belonged to found out about a pretty dangerous vampire located in Grand Junction, Colorado. Pretty grisly murders there, so we staked it out. It was a record time with how fast we were able to locate this guy. We had tracked him down to an abandoned old house. The plan was to split up into 2 teams. First team would break in and try to get the jump on him. The second team would case the outside and make sure he didn't get away, and to add an additional team for jumping him if things went south. First team was this older guy my uncle served with in the army. Apparently he was some kind of a war hero. He was joined by me and Venti. It was a small team, but my uncle was pretty confident in the older guy with us. We went in around 3 a.m. and stayed for a bit. To be honest, I lost track of time. I was nervous, but I put my trust in the older guy. I don't know if it was because I really did trust my uncle's thoughts, or I was nervous enough to place any kind of hope on to anything at the time. Eventually, we heard the front door open. We readied ourselves. Luckily, we had already prepped our guns before he had arrived. We moved to the living room. As soon as we got there, the guy was gone. I was freaking out at this point. Venti just gave me a look, but I could tell even in the darkness, he was freaking out too. The vet took the first steps in. Then, almost like a blur, something moved fast and hit him hard. From what I was told afterwards, the vampire we were tracking shoulder checked him so hard it busted his forearm in half and almost paralyzed him. The vet was down, and me and Venti knew that shit was going down. Venti radios into Team 2. Man down, we need backup! Next thing I could see was a black silhouette rushing us. I went tumbling. Then I looked up and saw the guy holding Venti with a knife to his throat. I readied my gun, but I froze. Several things ran through my head. What if I miss? What if I hit Venti? What if I can trick him into letting him go? Maybe I just need to buy time for the others too. In that moment of thinking all that, freezing, hesitating, the guy had slit Venti's neck. Slit is being polite about the wound. From what the others told me later, it was almost a decapitation. Even through the darkness, I knew that amount of blood I could see. He wasn't going to make it. I heard the sound of a door breaking down and gunshots. I didn't look because I was in shock. I watched my best friend die there, and I didn't even do anything to save him. The last thing I saw of him was the bottom of his boots and the pool of blood from his neck. I don't remember much afterwards. When I asked about it, the guy got away. Venti died, and we didn't even get the guy we were hunting. Apparently that was enough for my uncle to call off the hunt. He's never really done that before this point. We'd usually stick it out, and I think this guy might have been more than we bargained for. I don't know what happened to Venti's body afterwards, but apparently he had a burial. It was listed under an accident. Specifically a car crash, I believe. To be honest, the next 7 weeks, I don't even remember a thing. I was lost. I had lost my friend, and I didn't really know what to do afterwards. I had gotten Venti's belongings. Apparently his dad had said that Venti would want me to have it. He only really had his comics to give me, so I only really got those, but even at the time I didn't really react that much. But I didn't even really react at the time that much because I lost my friend. And I felt the crushingness of being alone. Then, after 7 weeks or so, like I said, sometime in July, my uncle decides to snapped me out of my snooper by pouring cold water all over me while I was asleep.
Wake up, kid!
Ah, fuck! I was pissed, obviously, but I looked up to see my uncle standing over me. We didn't have a house, so me and him lived out of an RV. Pretty sure I gave my uncle the death glare when I could keep my eyes open.
Now look, I know Venti's death's been hard on you, but we got work to do. And, I know that, Venti would want you to keep going.
I dropped the death stare because as much as I was heated at my uncle for at the moment, I got up because he was right about that. I know Venti would want me to keep moving.
So, we've got some intel from our trusted Black Ops guys that there's a couple bloodsuckers up in Vermont.
I'm pretty sure he meant Vermont, but I didn't really think much of it at the time. I guess I accepted it more out of a weird sense of being lost. Like, I knew Venti would want me to keep going, but I don't know if this was the direction he wanted me to go, I guess. The situation, from what I would remember, was the hospital in Vermont was having blood bags go missing, being reported by the Black Ops guys. The Black Ops guys were a bunch of homeless guys my uncle would buy food for, and they had a 50-50 track record of being correct. And to be perfectly honest, at least from the ops I've done, a lot of dumb luck is in there. Also, a fair amount of deals with cops to destroy evidence or confirming alibis. Not sure how that stuff worked since I wasn't involved with it, but it led to us not being caught by anyone who didn't need to know. Back to the briefing of the mission, there was a recent string of gang violence happening up there as well. But apparently, our leader, codenamed One, and my uncle's partner, had a connection with the people who ran the hospital there. The plan was for me and my uncle to go undercover at the hospital's janitors. We would stay and observe what was going on. I don't really remember the rest. I wasn't really paying attention, so I can't give you exact details about what everyone was doing on this mission, but I remember my side. After the mission briefing, I'd gone to pack up for the mission, and I had noticed Venti's stuff. And there was a note on top of the box filled with comics. I picked it up.
Hey, Seven.
Yeah, we did write our code names down because we thought it'd be safer that way.
Look, I know it's not a fun subject, but if something happens to me, I want you to keep my comics. Please do go through my recommendation, though, on the back of this note.
Look, I just hope this helps you if I'm not there, man. I flipped the note in to look in the back, and the list started off with a bunch of romance comics. I wasn't a big romance reader in general, but he loved them. While he was a fan of comics in general, he always particularly liked romance. So, while I didn't read many of them, it felt like almost he had one last wish for me to do, if he ever died.
Well, that was neat.
Oh, that wasn't it.
This is the intermission.
This is an intermission where your characters get to ask questions and interact and
I'm
stuff.
sorry, can you go back to the bit where you got cold water dunked on you? That was really funny.
Vermont!
So, you notice?
I thought that
Oh,
was
fuck!
nice.
No, trust me,
I
this
noticed
is
you
very
didn't
good.
actually tell
I
me
like
your
this a
name.
lot. Just like the pacing of that particular bit was really funny to me. I'm sorry.
Let me get the intermission track
I
I
here.
will,
presume you're getting
I
there.
will, I will give a slight behind the details thing. Is that I voiced literally everyone in here, and that voice is literally me down pitching it by to -2. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, I kind of figured.
But yeah, no.
Oh man, it
Expertly done
reminds
as
me.
well.
It reminds me of my good friend Ron. Died to a horrible Nosferatu.
At least, well, this explains why I took the shot to save your nephew, Arkham. Back when Virgil held him captive. I lost a friend to that, so I didn't want to take the chance of that happening again. Do you actually remember that, Noir, by the way? The Virgil holding him hostage?
Yeah, no, yes, of course. Charlie quietly but insistently thanks him.
I just kept playing that moment in my mind over and over again. Just... It stuck with me. But I guess that's kind of it. But for my uncle, like I said, he's never really done wrong for me, but he's a bit eccentric, as you can probably tell from the way I describe him. He's just kind of he's just kind of weird about it. But yeah. This is the point where people ask me questions in case you all have any.
I don't really have money, or any really. This story's still going.
Malcolm will ask
that makes sense.
one question. That bloodsucker lad with the knife. Pardon, I was casting a spell, but I would just want to make sure. Was that one was taken care of, or?
No,
Wait,
he wasn't.
Wait, are you talking about my character?
No, he's talking about the one from Seventh.
Oh.
No, he wasn't. At least not by our group. If he was taken out by someone else, I don't know.
I see. Well, that was my one question. I just wanted to be sure.
He ran off somewhere, and I don't know where he went. Well, we don't. Yeah. But, suppose there's not much to really dwell on right now, but supposedly, the note Venti left me, it had 30-ish comics on it for me to read through.
Ooh. That's a lot of reading.
Anything from any of them?
What was that again?
You get anything from any of them?
You could say so.
Do you think your experience with romance comics has to do with your relationship with Felicia?
In a weird sense of the stars aligning, I would say so, yeah.
Intriguing.
I was asking if there's like a code hidden in there or something.
No.
Josh made an ARG. Sorry, go ahead.
No, Venti just wanted me to read them. I think it was the last thing he wanted. Well, more like, when I think about it, I think it was his way of trying to get me to be more open about myself, I guess.
Sorry, I thought that Sim was actually saying that Joshy put a code inside of this video.
There's a
Sorry.
secret
No.
hidden
Wait,
message lying
backwards.
somewhere in this video. Read my books, Mark.
I did. That was actually a line I cut out actually for Venti right there because I was like, I'm gonna cut that out.
We have to
Like,
read
I
Josh's
shouldn't- I
expanded
shouldn't.
universe.
Josh, he thought about putting the meme in his epic dramatic backstory. I was
Okay,
like,
to be
no.
fair, it's not that dramatic and epic considering the fact that I made his uncle a walking gag. The unfortunate part is I have a visual design for him. I just didn't have anything ready for him because I was like, it's getting too big. I will say that I did draw an outline of him, but I won't post it yet. But I will describe him as a fusion of Frank Woods from Black Ops and Guy Fieri.
I'm intrigued.
Editor, can we include a picture of the men that he is describing here?
It would be Seven's uncle.
I would throw the images up, but I'm scared that like I would have to throw the video up again and then find the 12-minute and 12-second timestamp.
Here, fuck. I
That's
can grab
also
the trick outline real quick. Actually, here, I need to boot this up. Give me a quick sec. Someone say something funny.
Penis.
I actually have something very serious to say.
Go on.
Go ahead then.
That reminds the whole book thing reminds me of a novel I've been reading. It was written by a friend of mine back at the when I was still working at the academy and whatnot. And there was a book that he wanted to me to proofread for him before I could give my critiques. Though the whole thing with an incident happened, and and Victor claimed his life.
What was the book?
It's nothing published, just a fictitious story with some real incantations mixed in.
Really? What's it called?
Sorcery in Isolation. But I just wanted to bring that up because it very much reminds me of some of my own situation. In fact, I want to say the lighter trick I did back in the gas station was from there.
Interesting.
A lot of my spells are a lot more ritualistic, so I had to,
Improvise.
I had to improvise from the teachings of my friend's book. But yeah, that's all I had to say.
I posted the image, concept image of Seven's uncle.
Now I'm curious, is the hair dyed like Guy
Yeah,
Fieri?
you know, he has frosted tips. Even
Yeah.
the beard's frosted tips.
Show the audience.
I am showing the audience actively. They're seeing it where the dice rolls would be. I've got this thing figured out.
I did actually kind of intend to have visual markers of who's talking, like sprites, but I went, that's like way too much work.
Yeah, it'd probably be like near like an entirely different quarry by the time you got that one done.
Wait, visual markers of what?
The sprites of
sprites.
them.
More
I
additional
kinda-
visual aid.
Yeah.
I kind of went like, I think it might be fine because I'm distinguishing the voices enough. Also, Venti is a very, very nerdy voice, by the way. I didn't know what to do for his voice, and I don't have a design for him either. Like, that's not.
I'm just gonna assume.
That's not me being rushing. That's me going, I don't know how to fuck it. I don't know what the fuck he looks like.
I don't know how to fuck it.
Oh my god, it's the guy from Genshin Impact.
I was thinking I'm going to strike down the first person who makes the Genshin comparison.
Well, guess I'm going to hell. Ah!
Dry beam.
Suddenly, while in the middle of Seven's story, an I-beam flies through the side window of the bus, decapitate Steph.
Damn, I can't believe Steph got sent to the Shadow Realm.
A rubber ball comes into the bus and it bounces around and hits Steph in the face like one time and then bounces off.
Huh. That was awfully queer. I'm allowed to say that.
I was going to ask. Anyway, anything else, young lad? Malcolm says, turning to 7.
Yeah, I don't got much. I mean, I can continue with the story if you all want.
Oh, yeah, I want more lore.
Well,
Sure, why not?
let me,
Alright.
alright, let me DM a question.
Just hit the play button.
Alright, okay, that answers the question immediately.
Skip ahead like a few seconds.
Alright.
Okay.
I was able to get through the first 2 comics on the trip to Vermont. To be honest, the first one was a romance manga. To be honest, a lot of it went over my head. I never really got a lot of the lovey-dovey stuff in there. Well, at the time I didn't. The second comic was more my speed. It was about a villain of a famous superhero going good and the effects of that. Really good read. But we arrived at Vermont. We didn't really have a place to stay, so we stayed in our RV located outside of a Walmart near the hospital. We were given our janitor overalls. We were given our janitor overalls. I was meant to take the name Gregor, and my uncle was going to go under the name Paul. My uncle would take the afternoon shift, and I would take the overnight shift. The main goal was to keep an eye on any suspicious activities. I don't remember exactly what, but for the first month, all seemed to go relatively normal. No hitches, no nothing. Didn't even notice any odd behavior. At the time, I also started the 3rd comic run. It was another romance story. Venti was a big appreciator of all types of comics, but he'd always tell me about the ones he did read, and the ones he was particularly into were romance. I assume he wanted me to read this stuff too, because I usually don't read it. Venti always recommended these, so I assume it was his way of opening me up to new stuff, I suppose. If it seems like I'm paying more attention to the comics than the actual stakeout job, well, it's because I kinda inherently was. It might have been a bad move, but relatively I had grown jaded about the job we were doing ever since Venti died. I was still alone and unsure of what really to do. I guess I viewed these comics as the last connection I had to them. But back to the job, there wasn't really much to notice other than maybe a few bit of a workplace drama. Like I said earlier, there was a 50-50 correction rate with homeless guys my uncle hires. So 2 weeks in, I thought they were completely wrong about what they had reported. During that second week, my blood swapped his positions with the old vet from the job Venti died on. He had lost his arm from that attack from the vampire, and he was delegated to recon teams now. To be honest, I didn't really notice the difference. Again, my uncle was odd when it came to being there for me. He was there, but not in the way I probably needed him to be. weeks, I assumed that this was a dead-end lead. There's nothing to report. In terms of the hospital stakeout, I don't remember much of the other reconnaissance teams in the area, but I seem to not really care. At least at the time. But, the old vet seemed very out of it as well. He didn't really notice a lot, but I picked up the slack for that. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think it was a good idea for my uncle to switch places with the guy whose real name is Paul. With the code name Paul. But Paul seemed like he wasn't paying much attention either. At least I thought so. But at the end of the 4th week, I met her. I was on top of the roof. I was on the roof of the hospital, taking my lunch break. I'd been going there for about 3 days at this point. I used the roof to just read comics in complete silence. Paul wasn't probably going to talk to me anyway, considering he mostly stared off into space, but I just wanted to be alone in every sense of the word. With my last connection with Venti. Yet... Oh, I didn't really care and just said, I'm just here to read, don't mind me. Didn't even bother looking up, just kept reading on. Okay. Footsteps grew quieter after that. She had clearly been slightly annoyed, but polite about it. About 15 minutes had passed, then the footsteps started up again. They grew louder before stopping, and after a moment of silence. Oh, I know what you're reading! I look up to her. The first thing I noticed was the eyes that they were an odd shade of blue. They were almost a fake blue. I was stunned looking at her, but not in a way of immaculate beauty. I can't explain what it was, but I was almost drawn to her in an odd way. Sorry to interrupt you. I just saw what you were reading and my excitement got the better of me. Oh, it's, alright. I was just about to finish this issue. She had kneeled down to talk to me more. So, what do you think of the story so far? I really enjoyed it when I was in college. Oh, it's interesting? I usually don't read stuff like this. Huh, interesting. Huh? Oh, well, not to assume, but you don't seem much like the romance genre type guy. Well, you're not wrong. A lot of romance tropes go over my head. At the time, I found it strange. Why was I being so forward about this stuff? And I didn't seem to question it at the time either. Well, I'll leave you to enjoy your lunch in peace. How did you know I was on my lunch? Oh, a pretty gross cleanup, and the other guy is waiting for you to get back. She had left then. To be honest, I felt weirdly snapped to reality again after so long. The following night, I was in the same location. I assumed that this was a one-time encounter, but... Hey! She was there again, this time sitting next to me. So, what'd you think of the confession by her friend? She'd been peering over to see what page I was on. The main character's best friend had confessed his feelings for her. I don't get it. What don't you get? Well, why confess your feelings like that? Isn't it a bit weird? What, you haven't really liked someone like that? Not really, I guess. I had never really found someone I would do that to. What? You never had a crush? Nope. Well, I can tell you, sometimes you ignore the stuff that makes sense when you like someone. It's like a burning feeling in your chest when you really like someone. Huh. Turn the page and read more of the story. The main character had an internal struggle about how she felt about her friend and the feelings for another guy at her job. Doesn't she like the other guy? Why not just turn him down and still go with the other guy? She has some feelings for her friend, isn't it obvious? Okay, but why didn't she just say yes to her friend then? Well, she still has feelings for the other guy. She likes them both. How have you never really known this stuff? Didn't you go to high school? I was homeschooled, but she likes both guys? Yeah, I find it to be relatable, to be honest. In high school, I had a friend confess to me, but as much as I was flattered, I wanted to still be friends with him. At the time, I was also interested in someone else, but I also kind of liked him back. How'd that work out? Well, my crush came out as gay 2 months after my friend confessed to me. So, did you go out with your friend? Well, my crush came out as gay to that friend. Turns out he had a crush on him. How'd your friend react? He was curious, so he dated him. They ended up being high school sweethearts and getting married a year after graduation. Funny how that works. Oh. Yep. Call me a matchmaker. Oh, I never asked your name. I'm Felicia, by the way. The odd part was, all of this felt... I felt safe around her. But she was still a stranger. It felt also peaceful around her. My name is Gilbert. Well, good thing I asked because your tag says Gregor. Huh? Oh, don't worry, I don't think you're lying. My ID badge called me Faith. Guess they got yours wrong too. Yeah, it's awkward trying to react to people calling me Gregor. Well, Gilbert, I'll talk to you more at lunch tomorrow. She got up and left. And I was absolutely flabbergasted. Gilbert's my real name!
Yeah, his name is
Gilbert's your real name?
Is your last name Sullivan?
Yeah, I actually don't know my last name.
That almost sounds
Well,
like
that's
my heritage around my block. High five.
I guess I don't actually know my lineage either.
Well, you know what? It's nice to meet you,
They have
Gibby.
tests for that these days.
I was gonna say Gil would probably be a nice short.
Also
name for
gonna
that,
say Gil,
actually.
yeah.
Now that is a nice one, but there was that one guy who rumors had, that was a mage, that there was rumors that he may have been working with the Illuminati. Non-point, but yeah, it'll work.
I'd prefer if he still called me Seven in public.
Oh, yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
again.
Code names work the best for my kind of hirings, if I'm being real.
What's wrong with Gibby?
Look, I know I think it's also a very generic name, but I don't want to get tied to that shit.
Honestly, I don't think that's like a generic name at all. That is a.
What about Birdie?
I feel like I don't hear the name Gilbert too often.
Birdman.
Yeah, that's my real name.
Don't wear it out.
I guess I feel comfortable sharing with it. Well, with you now, considering the fact that you've already been down the rabbit hole with my shit.
Oh, yeah.
I guess while I'm at it, I might as well out the other people as well. My uncle's name is Frank.
I thought you were gonna say he's
Yep.
gay.
I honestly have questions for him about that. And half the time he feels like he's dodging it.
Are there a
What?
2 through 6? Because you did say there's a 1.
Um,
And there's definitely used to be a venti.
yeah. The naming convention, while seems like it goes in a number of order, does seem to be a little bit more chaotic than you may think. I can't tell if it's whether or not guys died or not, but sometimes there isn't a 8. There's no one by the code name 8.
I'm terrible with numbers. Have you mentioned a 6 yet?
Huh. I thought I did, but I don't know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a 9?
Yes.
Is he afraid of you?
Oh ho ho ho!
I did.
Is he afraid of you for the reason? It's for the same reason there's no 8.
Oh no, he's afraid of me because he's kind of a little racist, and I punched him for it. But
wait, he's racist against.
Wait, he's
wait.
What kind of racist is he? You're fucking white as the driven snow.
Wait,
well, he's not racist towards me. He's racist towards
I think he said.
He's racist in general.
I thought he was one of those like
right.
ultra turbo racists. That's like, oh, your name's vaguely Scottish, not white, therefore racism.
I think that he meant like because he got punched. That's where the fear came from.
I have met plenty of mages like that, and I have fought them, some to the death. But I don't regret that. Anyway, this is about you. Do you have y'all have any more questions about our Prime Star?
Malcolm casted Crunch. No, it was Scrunch, I think.
But I think I should probably talk about it a bit. It wasn't because I was necessarily smitten by her, and in retrospect, I think she was trying to glean some information from me, so she might have used some powers to get some shit out of me at the time.
You know, it always starts whenever a girl wants to drink you.
Wasn't that before she was a vampire, or was it after? Apologies.
This is when she is a vampire.
Okay, I gotcha.
I never met Felicia before she was a vampire, so there's that. But I do think that maybe she was trying to get some stuff out of that.
How old is she again?
Gilbert does not know.
Well, let's hope
I
there's
know,
no
though.
problematic age gap.
It's only
did Felicia's uncle tell us?
No, actually. I don't believe he did.
And her killer was a vampire and a vampire weirdo, so yeah, who can tell how old they are? That could have been years ago.
I mean, I could give it out of character, I think.
No, it's fine. I say in character. No.
I mean, like, I'm saying this like out of like I can't give you a solid like age rate or like age difference.
Do you know if she's ever fed on you?
No, she never did.
I thought you were gonna say, do you know if she's ever fucked? With that charged F, I got.
I was thinking of a way to make it an innuendo, but I think that even that seemed a bit close to it.
Well, Gilby, did you ever fuck her?
Yeah.
All right, good for you.
The kids in their vampire pussy these days.
Must have been very cold.
I wish I knew about vampire pussy.
Actually,
it's probably awful. It's probably an awful experience.
It felt oddly room temperature.
Oh God, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about vampire pussy, man.
Room temperature pussy.
I want to know in great detail. I'm writing a book, you see.
Apparently, from my understanding, vampires have the ability to stimulate certain things in their body, especially if they have.
Where did you hear this?
All right.
Awesome.
Does the wiki have a whole thing on sex?
Yeah, look, they have a thing about sex on there in the wiki.
They have a thing about vampire sex in the world of darkness.
That's like an incredibly common way for vampires to find prey in fiction. I'd be more surprised if they didn't have a section.
I know about
vampire
like
sex works.
a lot of times it's just the seduction. I don't think it usually gets into the sex.
Dracula has like 3 women who live in his house that Jonathan Harker believes either to be his daughters or his wives, or horribly, possibly both.
It's never quite
And it's
explained.
never made clear. Like, he
Yeah,
never
they
asks
they
Dracula
kind of just
about it.
fucking leave those vampire women in the castle, from what I remember. I
Oh,
don't think
those
they ever deal with
Europeans.
those 3.
I think there might have been one of those short story type sequels.
You know, I should write a
I
story
want to
about
know. I
Dracula.
didn't go looking for this information, by the way. I just found it when trying to make
Came to
my
Josh in
character
a
sheet.
dream.
No, it came to me when I was trying to make a fucking character sheet for Elijah.
It was all a dream.
You know, Gilbert.
Like, I need to know what happens if Elijah tries to fuck someone.
Elijah can't get it up.
What temperature would his pussy feel like?
Yo, let's go, T-boy Elijah.
You notice a hand touch your shoulder, Seven. You know, Gilbert, sometimes a vampire pussy is the friends we make along the way. He pats his chest.
I don't know how to feel with you guys describing my girlfriend's pussy like this.
You were describing their
You're the one.
girlfriend's
You are.
pussy.
You're the one that asked the question.
I didn't ask
Listen,
shit.
listen,
I wasn't
you pulled
pointing
down,
at you, I was
you
pointing
pulled
at
down
fucking-
Pandora's
pointing at
panties, and
fucking-
now we're talking about the contents of the inside.
So gross. That is the grossest thing I think I've ever heard you say.
Be the Pandora's.
Pandora's pussy.
Pandora's panties. Oh my god.
This implies there's hope in there.
Oh.
Maybe there
That
is
was
a
more
little
fun
bit
of
of
the
hope in
despair
there.
I hate how smelly this conversation is.
Hope's pussy.
Maybe there is a little
Hope's
hope in
Pussy
there.
Academy.
Maybe I should have taken that weed gummy.
You don't need a weed gummy.
Anything else?
You don't need it.
Then again, I might actually end up smelling things if I took that.
Oh
Anyway.
boy.
Yeah, no. It would have been. Okay. Any other questions? I'm done talking about my sexual intercourse with my girlfriend.
Oh, I mean, okay.
Alright.
You're still a virgin, aren't you?
I thought he was
Oh,
virgin.
just said he had sex.
Well, I
Okay,
mean, that
but
was all
is it-
theory.
But is it sex if the person is dead? If it's like a necrosis
yeah.
pussy, doesn't
It's
count.
an alive corpse.
Doesn't that mean if that's the case, then wouldn't that mean that vampires have never actually had sex?
I mean, if they were alive.
Much to think about.
These really are the important questions in this
I mean,
deeply riveting
you do
story,
feel like the
complete with
one who's the
background
most
visuals.
invested in these answers, Steph.
What?
You've been gunning for pretty much every vampire we've run into.
I wouldn't say every vampire.
Prospectively.
I gave Father Elijah his space because I wasn't really interested in that guy. That'd be weird.
Well, I thought he was pretty good looking myself, but his
Oh
personality
no, I did too,
drove
but
me
I
up the wall.
just wasn't feeling it. Yeah.
Why did nobody ask me about my sex life?
If you can tell me what one piece of the feminine anatomy looks like, I'll give you a cookie.
You want me to?
You want him to describe the feminine anatomy?
Well, you see,
I have a
there's
very
legs,
decent point of comparison. I'll have you
see,
know.
Ed takes down like the fucking screen that the projector goes onto. There's a detailed
Stick
diagram.
for it.
Oh, you see, this is the labia, and this is the clitoris.
With
I
the
didn't know I
fucking
had that
teacher
shit.
stick.
You see, this part's
Anyways.
very hard to find for some, but not for me.
I know plenty of lads who have this.
Anyways,
Dear mates, I mean.
well, thanks to this derailing conversation, I've completely forgot what we were on about. Now it's time to progress the
Norton.
plot. Oh
Seven.
no! Wait a minute! No, wait. There's like I see this. I see. Do you guys see the floating time bar above below the screen?
You mean the buffer bar, like timestamp thing?
This thingy?
No. Yeah. Hey,
Anyway.
bus driver, why don't you hit that again? I think the intermission's been going on for too long.
Let's continue.
I'm surprised you people aren't more shocked by my name.
Josh,
I mean,
it's
Gilbert's a
name.
pretty
Gilbert's
I've been
name.
curious, but like Gilbert's a pretty normal name. I knew like 2 dudes named Gilbert in high school.
Dude, unless you told me your name was like gubernatorial, I genuinely wouldn't care.
Like,
I think we said the word gubernatorial too much when we were in New York.
Mr.
like,
Gold.
like the only time it matters is like Darth Vader saying, "I am your father," and it's
Like,
like,
unless
oh,
you were gonna
Anakin
come out and
Skywalker.
be like, my name's Adolf Hitler, I don't think much of what you could have said would have been like out of this world.
My name
Like,
is Charlemagne.
Like, I'm fairly certain that unless your name is like, unless you're related to the evil green man who's been trying to kill us this whole time, this would have been wildly underwhelming. Unless you were in fact Roland of Charlemagne's court.
Like you say your real name. My name is Victor. You take off your face. You are Victor. It turns out. And then you take off,
said that your name
and
is...
then you say, no, actually, I'm Jamie, and you take off your face again, and then it's Jamie Plus.
Listen, I'm very glad to
My
finally
real
know
name
your
is
name.
Banksy, and then Joshy takes out a spray can and makes a Banksy on the side of the bus. And then we sell the bus for $10 million.
I'm very glad to finally know your name, Mr. Godfrey.
Godfrey?
Oh, what's up, Godefroy?
Like whenever Virgil revealed his name, how did people react? Now we're still calling you Virgil. Oh, okay.
Listen, there's like Virgil, there's like Gilbert. Listen, I know some of y'all might not be thinking about it, but I'm thinking about it.
Virgil?
I could tell you.
I don't think they're a very good ship. I mean,
and
it's
you
enemies
guys
to
would
lovers.
probably wouldn't really care. It's also not actually Christina. I'm just fucking with you.
But yeah. Gotta hit.
Continue the story.
Plot!
I'm freaking out now. I had fucked up and dropped my real name. I was on my way out of the hospital after clocking out of my shift when... Oh, hey, Gil.
What?
Hey, I just wanted to let you know you can get your name changed on your overalls. Slacks? No. Slacks or pants. I don't know what the thing janitors wear off the top of my head, but you can just talk to Bill on the second floor. Also, can I call you Gil? It rolls off the tongue a bit better. I was sweating, and the only thing going through my mind was, fuck! Hey, are you alright? You're sweating a lot. She put her wrist on my forehead. Oh, well, you don't seem sick. Still in doctor mode. Yeah, I had no idea why she reacted like that, but... Anyways, I can show you where to go to get that changed for your name. Shit, I had to think fast! Oh, yeah, about that, it's just, Bill seems scary, but he's a teddy bear. But if you want, I'll hold your hand. Huh? Yeah, you know, how do I phrase this? Look, I've been around people like you. And it's pretty easy to tell from a distance. But you have social anxiety. Huh? Wait, what? Oh, not to be overstepping, but, well, I knew a person who had really bad social anxiety in college, so I'd offer to go with her to talk to professors in college. I can tell you have a bit of a thing with social pressure, too, so sorry to scare you like that, but if you're more comfortable with just going by yourself, it's fine. The room is 414 on the second floor.
To anyone looking in on this, it'd be a guy shy about a girl talking to him. The reality is immeasurably more stupid than that. Oh, yeah, I can go by myself, thanks.
Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, bye. What the fuck? Is all I could think about when I walked to the RV that was parked out the Walmart. I had to think of some way to do something. Then, after sleeping, I figured out a plan. Ignore it until she asks a question, then lie about it. Not my best plan, but it was the best I could think of. Before I knew it, I was on lunch break again.
Hey, you seem distracted a little bit.
Oh, it's nothing.
Hey, look, I
didn't mean to overstep or make you feel uncomfortable with my comments last night.
Same thing was going through my head. Oh, none taken.
What taken?
Offense?
Oh, well, that, it was a little confusing because I didn't say that.
What? Aren't you supposed to be glad I'm not offended?
Oh, I am! It's just odd, because since I didn't say offended, I said uncomfortable.
She was right, actually. Fair point.
You know, it's really fun talking to you.
Okay, now I'm more confused.
Why?
Well, I'm not used to this. I usually don't talk to people like this.
Why not? Was I actually right on the mark?
On edge from previous times, but kinda. Not to lie, but an easy way to skirt around it, I suppose. It was followed by an odd amount of silence.
Well, I'll talk to you later. Now, do please read more of the comic so I can talk to you more about it. See ya.
She left, honestly. I was kinda glad. I got a request from my uncle to meet up with him. I was really scared that I'd blown the operation. The only comfort was that it seemed like the operation was a bust anyway, but...
Good work, kiddo!
Huh?
You heard me, kiddo. Getting close to a girl like that?
Listen, it's not...
Your dedication to the mission knows no limits!
Wait, what?
Oh, come on, kid. No need to be shy. Always wondered if you were the kid with social scares. It's good you get close with that doctor. Having someone with more insight is a smart move.
I was uncertain what to say at this point, so I rolled with it. My uncle clearly didn't understand the situation, but 3 weeks passed. Felicia kept seeing me in those 3 weeks. Really only during our lunch breaks. Only that sprinkled in here and there by running into each other in the hallway. But at lunch, we kept talking about the comic. It was a love triangle where a girl was stuck between going for her best friend or the other guy at her job. In the end, she decides to go with neither of them and ends up finding a new guy when she gets hired by a new company.
So, Gil, what you think?
All of this could have been solved faster if the girl realized that sooner. I tell you what, I'd gotten comfortable around Felicia in those 3 weeks, but it was different from when I met her. It didn't feel odd, I suppose, after interacting with her during those 3 weeks.
Yeah, but feelings can be messy. It's not always easy. Plus, sometimes you want to see if you can go against the metaphorical wave and make it work. Maybe you can find happiness at the end of that tunnel.
I get it, I think. If you love someone enough, you'd want the best for them, even if it means cutting them out, but you'd hope for a way where you're still there. There's a silence between us. Well, I got this next comic run I'm reading. Don't suppose you've read it?
I haven't.
She seemed quiet. There was this strange tinge of sadness in her voice. At the time, I didn't pick up why, but then she spoke.
Hey, Gil.
Yeah? I was scared she was gonna ask me something that'll completely blow my cover, or follow up on the name tag. I hadn't changed it yet, either. Maybe she was in talks with an investigator, something like that, or...
Would you like to go out sometime?
Oh, wow.
To be continued.
Behind the scenes, the first half saved, not entirely because there's still some outtakes I still had in there.
Well, I thought it was very neat.
I had all of it done, but again, that second half didn't fucking save.
I'll post them in the Dice Roll chat. But while I was watching this, I had prepared. So I did some sketches based off of the events that transpired in the flashback.
I liked them.
Yeah, it's just something I just kind of did while playing that. Now,
Sick.
if that is part 1, then you guys, if that's the case, do you have any questions?
This would be
Oh,
where
yeah, that's pretty good.
intermission would have happened, I think, as well.
Sounds pretty explanatory. Everything that was said.
Well,
I have a feeling you'll tell us how many dates you went on.
well, if nobody has any questions, then
I will mention that Seven is a pretty open person. He's been explaining a lot about his life throughout the adventure.
I mean, Seven just
Well,
talked
except for this
about
part
like
specifically.
this is like the only real thing that Seven has kind of to him personally, because fucking the rest of it is just weird shit he's done with his hunter group, which he can openly share in this group.
yeah,
That's about it.
yeah. Granted, I knew the first name, but I totally knew it the whole time and didn't forget like today, and then remembered it again when it was revealed.
To be fair, when Felicia was first introduced, which was like a off-screen text interaction, I DM'd you.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that now.
He had dropped the name Gil.
Yeah. If does anybody have any other information on this? Or any other questions on this thing particularly?
I got some fun facts in the production of this that I can share.
Ooh.
So I have a PNG lovingly named Venti's body, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It is where you see the body of Venti. I'm gonna post it here. I'm gonna completely ruin the magic for you. One is it's a shitty GIMP job because I fucking rushed it a little bit. No one is going to know whose lakes those are. So
Pops.
they are a screen cap of a green screen flip dance by one YouTuber named Germo985.
It's interestingly done.
What's the counting the ghoul and bloodlines? This is the second Germa-like in the World of Darkness.
I want to note that I really wanted to add the bit about how Felicia had a crush on a guy, and then the guy came out as gay due to the friend who had a crush on her, and then they dated and became sweethearts, because I thought that'd be... I don't know why, but that in my mind, that's funny.
You know what it sounds like to me? Something that would happen in a romance comic.
Does.
Fuck, never mind.
Drown.
There's 2 Germa-likes in the bloodlines, actually. So this is the 3rd Germa-like. Alright, here's the Germa-likes.
Wow.
Hold on, let's see. There's Germa-like.
They're in dice rolls. I posted to the audience at
Man,
home.
that Italian man looks like he's like the Chad face. Is that an edit or is that what he actually looks like? It's been so long.
That's what he looks like, but
He looks like someone did like a Chad version of Willem Dafoe.
But you probably don't recognize it.
Like that?
But he was
If Willem
under
Dafoe had a Jake Busey.
he was under different lighting. This is what you'd probably know him looking like. Ignore the Matt underscore Fulbright
Jaw
face.
is so strong.
The exposure.
Now he looks like Milo Ventimiglia.
The high exposure one, like you can really see the cleft in his chin, and it really sells like the Chad look. The original Chad face.
So,
yeah. Oh, I was going to add one more production fun fact. But you go ahead, AC.
Oh, no, I think you should share it before I do what I'm about to do.
Oh, so the additional one is, AC, do you mind finding the point where Venti's dead body CG was played?
There we go.
Could you play the audio?
Let's play.
Could see he wasn't gonna make it. I heard the sound of a door breaking down and gunshots. I didn't look because it was
You
a
can
shock.
pause now. So fun fact about that track. I was initially scared of using it because I thought it might be some people might interpret it wrong. But It is a track from Black Ops 2, specifically on the map Mob of the Dead.
Oh yeah, I was about to. I forgot. I did want to ask like what that was from. That music.
It is a slowed down version of it, and I had thought about remixing it a bit, like reversing it or something like that. But then the reverse just didn't work because it sounded a little weird. But I have like just like the fucking thing.
Yeah, I think that was a good track. I think you chose good there.
Yeah.
It is a track I vividly remember from Mob of the Dead because that one stood out to me the most. And it's a track I feel like people miss because like it's in a room where half the time you're getting zombies yelling in your fucking ears.
I will say though, it does kind of sound like a mix of the guy going wheel 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 and the Dune throat music.
Hamburger,
Yeah.
cheeseburger, Big Mac,
This is the track.
cheeseburger.
For people
Yeah.
who do know, I actually snuck a 100-line track in there.
I had a feeling. I haven't even listened to what that soundtrack was like, but I had a feeling.
But the reason why I did it was time constraints a little bit. Is that I didn't know if I wanted to use a track from the 100-line because I didn't want it to be that on the nose. But I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna use it because I needed something. I also shoutouts. I don't think people noticed this. I used the 2 different versions of those themes from No, I Am Not Human. One pre-Venti's death, which is the daytime version, and then post-Venti's death, it's the nighttime version.
I see.
I do not know what that is.
No, I Am Not Human is a video game. It is a very interesting video game.
No, I am
Cool.
a human.
So, yeah, that's all the production stuff I have to share about this. Unless I remember, I will say I have to go use the bathroom.
Okay.
So, as you all recall, we were inside the bus, and
I remember the inside of the bus.
You're currently inside the bus. So
you think about the inside of the bus.
Imagine a burger. Now imagine yourself in a bus of that burger.
Adam walks in. Is like, "Hey guys, did I miss anything?"
We got lore.
And then Malcolm says, "We got quite a lot to tell you. We got a lot of interesting stuff. One I'm gonna keep a surprise. I do have a question for the lad when he's done using the toiletries. Though in the meantime, there is something. I do have a question for him. Also, Also, the fish thing. I don't remember. I don't have a whole lot of information on that. I wasn't studying that part. I was looking more into either corrupted spirits or technocracy happenings.
The what?
Wait, has Malcolm ever talked about the technocracy?
You guys have heard the word thrown. You've heard the word thrown around a couple times. The character.
I think he's mentioned it, but I think it was like off screen or something.
But I will say, when it comes to that reminds me of there's I never told you about the different factions of mages. Well, you don't have to worry about them. Well, you may have to worry about one. So, there's a faction. It's called the Cults of Ecstasy and all that. They do like revelry and partying, but
Oh no.
Oh, they sound awesome. Wait, we have to worry about that?
Well, you see, there's someone who was like in there, and they wanted to celebrate something, so they had some friends construct a double-decker bus to celebrate the money they were going to be earning from a show they helped work on.
As you do.
I believe the show was so it was. I've never really heard about it. People have talked about it in the late hours of the night. I believe they called it the George Lopez show. I believe. Regardless.
Oh, I love that show.
So
fucking God.
So regardless, when I sent you the invitations, I realized I needed a transportable housing unit to store you all in, and I talked to this friend about borrowing his vehicle for a while. He said no, but I convinced him it was gonna be for 2 days. I very much lied to him, and yeah. Though I don't think he'll be looking for it. I think if he realizes what's going on, I think he'll understand. But he could be mad about it. I figured I should just give a warning.
Oh, that's
Okay.
it.
We're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to fight a wizard who's pissed off that we stole his bus.
You're not going to have to fight him. I will have to either talk him down, or maybe get into a mild skirmish with him after this is over. But if if everything's to be up in order, I think you should all be fine. So, you want to learn all about Arete?
Hell yeah!
It's basically...
Sure.
It's, to put it in your video games you lots like playing and all that. It's like mana. It's the source of a mage's power. The more of it they have, the more powerful they are. And,
Do you have a lot?
Oh, I have a fair amount over the average mage, I'll have you know. But, that's why I'm willing to take this endeavor. Also one more thing is, every time you cast a vulgar magic, it's when you're either out in public or, surrounded by a bunch of newer people and whatnot. There's always a chance that something could go haywire. Which is why you don't see me casting spells all willy-nilly. I've done it a few times. It's not a whole lot. So, yeah. Just wanted to, and as he's just kind of explaining.
Is there magic to make 7 shit faster?
I wish I could try, but, the bathroom...
Try firing a gun off right outside the bathroom, see what happens.
I mean, I feel like he's probably used to that at this point, if we're gonna be real.
Throw a firecracker in there, make them shit faster.
I think if we just surround the bathroom and then go nightmare, 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 it'll probably fix it.
And what, do we, like, shake it repeatedly while we do this?
Exactly. See, now you're thinking
it's built.
ahead.
We have to shake the entire bus to get the shake around the bathroom. Very secure. Also, it may lead to its own pocket dimension if something were to be flushed.
Oh. Well, hey, at least you're not. At least it's not that like that one hack fraud's Wizard World.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean, but wait. Oh, yeah.
Damn, he must be taking a massive shit. Or then again, he might be talking to somebody.
Yeah, I'm pooping.
Might be talking to somebody about how he's pooping.
Gonna rock to the top. No more lead in our apple.
Oh no, I went to click the folder. I clicked the editing software right next to it that I used on accident.
Oh fuck, Josh. Oh fuck, AC actually opened up all this porn on stream.
Why would I have porn in my editing software?
I don't know, man. You're the one who put it there.
Needs it badly.
I assume it's there so when you're editing, you can open it up and jack off real quick.
It helps him stay awake.
Ooh, I'm about to jack off.
Got so
You know, kind of think of it. I need to like I need to get a hotel room at some point. I genuinely, I'm like so tired of just being in a room with a shit ton of people. Don't get me wrong, I love you guys, but also like private space is important to me, and that's not just because I want to crank my shit. I can do that without people knowing.
It's not a comforting thing to say.
well,
I
so
know.
well,
That reminds me of the VTuber newbies goon couch.
You think I have a filter? You think we've gotten this far without?
How the VTuber knew me how she has had multiple people jack off on her couch.
I will say I did have to get a different dog bed before I got you all here, because how do I say this lightly? The last dog bed was not for canine use, I'll just say, but it was still a dog bed.
You know, honestly, man, you're tight with me, dude. Dap me up.
Well, you would have to dap up the previous owner, who's probably very mad that his vehicle has been missing for more than 2 days.
Are you saying
Well,
that there's an evil wizard with a dog man who is also after us now?
Yeah, wait, hold on. There's another dog man?
I don't think he's actively after us, but I think he'll because he's very busy. He has other parties. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he was too busy partying in his mind away that he didn't even know that we were supposed to have it back yet. But if he does recognize it, and if you do see him and he asks for his bus back, tell him to meet me and we will talk about it ourselves. I'll make sure to get none of you involved, as long as you try not to get involved with him.
By the way, AC, will we be calling this around 12, or do you think we're gonna go longer?
Couple minutes longer, because there is a little scene I want to do when Joshy gets back. Related.
I feel like we're in a bottle episode.
But
you know, if I'm gonna break character for a moment, if this is contingent on Joshy coming back, if you're wondering why it's popped up on my Discord several times, I've been working on making a private Rust server for myself because I want to play that game without people in it.
What is the benefit of playing that game without people?
Because people are cruel.
Smashed in with a rock every 15 minutes.
What is like
get all your shit robbed?
Where is like the fun gameplay loop part? Because I was under the impression that
Single
the fear
player
of others was the gameplay loop.
There are enemies other than people you have to worry about.
I thought the whole fun was waiting for somebody to have a fuck ton of gear, and you and all your buddies are naked with a rock, and you jump them.
No, you can like totally have fun with stuff without having to rely on other people. There's actually a handful of mods you can use to just kind of like make a fairly decent single player experience for yourself.
What's the PvE experience? What are you fighting in there?
Bears, evil scientists, zombies.
I was gonna say, you gotta add the zombies back.
Sorry, what game are we talking about?
I think it might be zombies. Rust. I'm making a single player Rust server.
Wait, I can hear you. Oh, we're getting an update.
What?
Wait,
I think they did remove zombies.
Yeah, they
Rust.
removed it.
Hold on.
They removed zombies.
I can see if there's a mod to put them back in, honestly.
Wasn't Rust's whole thing zombies?
Look, Josh, if you can hear us, how good is that shit?
Watch it be like what? Oh,
it's awful. Oh no.
I was gonna say, watch him reply with like, check the news. It doesn't matter what channel.
Oh, hey, cool. Yeah, no, cool. I got the modding fucking framework working. This is actually surprisingly easy.
Do you know it's a game that I was like, you should play instead, mod single player instead, Skyer.
Listen, I've owned Rust. I feel like I've owned Rust for most of my natural life. The only problem is I fucking hate dealing with people, so I'm gonna eliminate the people. Alternatively, I
Yeah?
might open it up to friends. IDK.
Me,
Also, I took this funny picture of my cat whenever I figure out how to remove the helmet off of this glued on Boba Fett. And I thought this was funny. It's in dice rolls.
one thing I can think about that I thought was kind of fun about Rust or funny was the people who made the fucking crash rooms. Like the room where like they strap them to the chair and they fire off so many fireworks that their game crashes.
A lot of these are just fucking shit though. Yeah. It is funny. The reason I watched this is because I saw a video. I wanted to do this is because I saw a video of two guys, trolling the burnt peanut. Not the burnt peanut. The faithful sheriff.
Aren't they the same
Because
guy?
he.
Nope.
No, the faithful sheriff is a weird little Christian man, who tries to preach to random people about Jesus on Fortnite, and he sucks, and I hate him. But Rust does seem like fun.
And also tried to get a child to join ICE.
No, yeah, don't forget
That
that.
one is devilish, frankly.
I wanted to let people know when there was a lull in the conversation. It's Walpurgis tonight.
This
Happy
I don't know what that
Walpurgis.
Windows Company?
Oh my god!
Oh,
Go
the-
get
no,
your
the real
fucking.
I knew about Madoka, like that was like the thing from that. And like speaking of which, like, I've seen a fair amount of people like Madoka posting here recently. Kind of crazy. Like, I know there's those movies, but it's like that show was like. I mean, that show was around when I was like way younger. Actually, when did it actually? How was I a kid when that came out? I mean, for sure. No.
Are you like 26 now?
No, I'm turning 25.
Right now?
I was 9 years old when it dropped.
No, in like a month.
God, I was 9 years old when Madoka Magica came out.
The fucking age, like, of what you were when certain things came out whenever I was much older is fucking with me sometimes.
Yeah, I remember My Hero Academia as a kid.
Like, it fucked me too because you also still got a bunch of the stuff I got, just in a different, like, you remember the Clone Wars 2D series, don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That fucks me up.
I got like a bunch of that, like all around. Like
Then again, I don't know how much of that might have been from your like dad or something.
I mean, also we had like Cartoon Network, so I got a bunch of stuff from there. But we did, for some reason, our like cable provider would just sometimes not have Nickelodeon. So I didn't watch so that's why a bunch of the stuff from like people around my age, they're like, oh, I remember this, and I'm like, I don't. A lot of times it's because it was from Nickelodeon, like SpongeBob and I mean, I actually saw a bit of Avatar: The Last Airbender and liked it, but I didn't see like all of it.
Did you ever watch My Life as a Teenage Robot?
I don't know if I did or not.
For me, it was like very on and off. Like, it was rare. It was like on a very specific Nickelodeon channel. There were like 3 Nickelodeon channels, and I remember it was on like one of the specific ones. Did you watch Speed Racer: The Next Generation?
I heard of it.
That's a weird one.
But no, the only Speed Racer I think I have watched like start to finish was the movie.
I think it was in the same channel as Kappa Mikey. Did you see Kappa Mikey?
No, and a part of me refuses to still believe that was real.
Did you see, now this one you're not going to have seen, but I'm going to ask anyway. 3 Delivery.
No.
Has anybody here watched 3 Delivery? Am I the only one that knows of this very obscure thing?
I think the
You
most
know
obscure
what the fuck
thing,
you're talking about.
the most obscure thing that I think I've ever watched as a kid was how do I say this? It was like a puppet show that takes place in the 21st century that is a recreation of like the literature story of Dante's Inferno.
Wait, what?
I forget if
You didn't know?
it was like paper puppets. But like the idea is that it was like Dante's Inferno, but it was the 21st century.
Isn't this what we watched for movie
Oh
night?
yeah, it's a modern adaptation.
But
That
yeah.
was what we watched for movie night. Was that you that showed it, or was that Chris?
No. But I will say, I guess, in the meantime,
Kappa Mike is real!
Also, this is 3 delivery.
God. Now,
I was fucking dying, man.
and now,
Oh my god.
Malcolm
Yoshi-
goes to ask an
Sorry,
important question.
Before you do that, I just
I
gotta
leave
ask.
out the bathroom screaming, Kappa Mike is real!
Yoshi, I need to ask you, do you know about 3 delivery?
I feel like I've seen it before. Also, I will say that I feel like I had a low-key denial of a crush on Jenny when I was younger.
XJ9 or Jenny from?
Yeah, XJ9.
You see,
Okay, I thought you were gonna say wait. No, I'm thinking of Jesse.
you see, as a kid, it was like Alphonse Elric, which looking back, I'm kind of shocked I didn't catch on to some things about myself.
Oh wow. Okay, so I just gotta say this. So I was looking at 3 delivery on Wikipedia. It was created by Larry Schwartz, who also created similar series, Kappa Mikey and Speed Racer: The Next Generation. All right, that makes a lot of sense.
Now, Malcolm goes to ask an important question. Actually, Lana, there's an important question I have to ask you about your story.
What about it?
Well, actually, what the? And he pulls out a phone, and you recognize the number calling. It's Zach, with an H, calling. Do you recognize this number?
Yeah.
All right, Malcolm calls it, and after tuning it's, hello? All right. I decided that while you guys are getting ready, I just scout out some places to find anything suspicious, and I think I found somebody rather suspicious. He doesn't know I'm tailing him. He doesn't know that I tailed him and all that, but he should be by the he shouldn't be by a science center, but he should be down the street from it. He's bald, wearing a suit, no tie though. Oh my god, I almost got spotted though, but thankfully I avoided it. Should be by the river. It should be by the river. Oh.
Oh, all right.
Maybe you can pick up where I left off. I kind of had to stop tailing him before he became suspicious. I didn't want to risk it, and I figured that by sheer numbers, there's more of you than there is of me and my friend, so I figured you can handle it from here.
All right. I think we're all good for that.
Yeah, no, sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The phone call ends and you head by the river. It's still daylight. It's bright. And you're looking through the crowd, and there's like not a whole lot of people, but eventually you see somebody that matches the description. The image is in black and white that almost depict this more, I would say, emotionless and apathetic demeanor that he carries across the street.
47?
And you see this guy, on a phone, and you're observing him. Now, is there any one move you would like to make?
I don't got much other than shooting him with a gun, I guess.
What was this guy's deal again? I kind of missed part of like the introductory to who this was.
This is somebody that that Zach with an H is heavily investigated, and after investigating him throughout the day, heavily believes that this guy might be one of the fish people.
Oh, he's one of the fish people. I mean, does he see us?
He does not see you.
Let's tail this guy.
I guess we might as well start looking at him, yeah.
Yo, I'll just say for free that you start tailing him.
We were hiding behind light posts and stop signs.
And as you are, you see him going into an alleyway. And as he does, you notice he reaches for a phone call. But after that, you notice a glimmer in his eye. Something that doesn't look quite natural. You would need to take a slightly closer look before realize it if you were to see this glimmer in his eye.
Did I roll something?
You can roll to investigate this. I'll say this is a dice roll, either a investigation, or if you want to be sure, you can also use a cult if you want to look at him supernaturally, or any supernatural traits. Your call.
I guess. Wait, so what'd you say for investigation? What'd you say that's to do?
Investigation's just to get like a closer look in general. A cult would be looking to see if there's any supernatural traits happening here.
I guess I'll do investigation. What's an int? I mean, wits and
Wits is investigation at difficulty 3.
Alright, I'm rolling 8. Rolling. So I got crits. Yep, crits galore.
So, because of the crits, as the opposed in dice rolls,
Yep, I'm gonna get to that, but keep on going.
you realize that something's not quite right with this person. You notice that with the way the shadow covers his face, you swear in the alleyway that something's not right with this man.
That's just all I got.
And you do hear him talking about have we had any intruders or break-ins at the exhibit? Not so far. Good. I need to keep this thing locked up tight.
Lock something up.
Alright, I'll meet with you later. In the meantime, remember the protocol with intruders. Secure them to the location, for, questioning. And just keep going, keep handling it. See ya. You notice he hangs up the phone, but not before breaking the phone. And then you see him leave the alleyway. Is there one... I'll say... I will give it away now. For the last chance to do an action for the night. What do y'all want to do?
I guess I would just suggest keep on following him.
Yeah, I was gonna... Yeah.
You all decide to keep following him. And... oh shit, I dropped something. And you see a homeless guy trying to bump into him. And the homeless guy goes, "Hey man, I don't want any trouble." And you notice the bald guy puts a hand on his shoulder. "Oh, you've been no trouble at all. In fact, you've helped me today. And I want to help you too." And you notice he goes to open his mouth. And you see what almost appears to be squid tentacles, like, coming out of it.
Ugh.
And you almost see also, like, some crab pincers as well.
Really, just all sorts of creatures of the deep.
Yeah, and the homeless guy goes, "Ah, what the fuck, man? Let me go!" And before you is this scene, and I assume you all. So what is the what is the final move for tonight?
What is the time of day?
It is like still pretty early. It's like the morning.
So it's like quite early, isn't it?
Does Felicia have a last name?
It'd probably be the same as Elijah's.
What does Elijah?
I didn't give him one, I don't think.
Alright, so my drive is Oath. I feel like it's in character for Ed to try to quick draw this guy.
Yeah.
Unless somebody wants to stop my arm, I'm gonna just try to blast him and damn the consequences. One bullet's not going to set off the cops in the world of darkness, maybe.
You know what? I'm willing to fuck around. Go for it.
Yeah, man, fuck
I'm
it.
gonna blast him. If not to just hit him, then to at least get his attention. If I miss, I'm gonna like try to aim at like a hip or something that's not gonna hit the dude, the homeless dude.
Composure plus firearms, and difficulty 4.
Alright. Firearms, composure. That's going to be 6.
Yeah. Although it is an alleyway more secluded, it's only a 4, only the average shot, mainly because it's still daytime. The sky above you remains, well, gray. I was gonna say blue, but I'm gonna have it be overcast.
Do a reroll. I fucked it, so I'm gonna do a reroll. Let's see. Remove that success. Roll the remainder. Okay, now it's a success.
So you aim a successful aim at the bastard, and you shoot him, and you see the tentacles. Although he lets go of the homeless guy, and the guy falls to the ground. He's like, "Thank you, I won't forget this." You see that his you see when you look at the other guy, he doesn't look so pleased, and the tentacles sprout even further out of his mouth. And you notice that his head starts forming in a weird bulbous pattern. And you see almost his like fingers elongate. And you hear him go, "This will be Rick." And you see him transforming before you into a horrific monster of the sea. And that's where I'll end this session.
Ed will take out a cigarette and say, "Damn, that's one ugly bastard."
And this guy is where I wanted to end the session.
Smile, you son of a
bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
We saw Lord. Cool thing, Joshy. Cool thing. Yeah,
huzzah! We learned about our good friend Gilbert.
There you go. We'll say if the plan was to show all of it today, but
What of it?
But
we had to cut it in
save
half
kills.
because it didn't save when it crashed and fuck. And stuff. I guess I did more editing on the back end when I was doing it. Oh wait, here's the image of Germa I used for that specific shot. Hold up.
Yeah.
Boy, that thing is compressed.
Oh, it's because it's a GIF. Also, Felicia after graduation, college graduation, I should add, gets turned into a vampire. The two guys that Felicia knew in after graduating high school.
They're gonna say got bitten by a radioactive spider. Wait, wait, who are they?
Is it Bill Hader?
One of them's from the Lonely Island. I don't know who the other guy is.
For a second, I thought
I think the other one's Edward Norton.
For a second, I thought that was Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield after he said the radioactive spider thing.
It's from Lonely Island Spring Break Anthem, where it famously turns into sex with a man.
Sex with
But
a man.
before we end, I'm going to tune into my Twitch
Oh, that's the guy
channel.
from the Lonely Island. I see.
Me,
it.
me hearing the line "Two kings walking hand in hand" from Lonely Island hit song "Spring Break," and instantly all of the homophobia leaving my body.
Dude, the line "Two kings walking hand in hand" went so hard. I'm not gonna front. That shit played in my mind when I was describing that. When I wrote down that story.
Josh, you see, seeing a happy like gay MLM relationship. Two kings walk hand in hand.
Oh yeah, let's go. Two kings walking hand in hand.
Sex with a man.
I can't believe that's a fucking parry sound for Deadlock. Is every time a successful parry's land, it plays sex with a man. God,
Sex with a man. Isn't it also a mod for Strive when you play as Anji?
I
You can mod
wish.
lots of things.
But yeah.
I think also shout out to the line "nailing sluts and writing our vows."
Yeah. But yeah, Gilbert's origin story. Part 1. And
I'm gonna as haven't finished to be called Gilbert.
the origin story part 1, and you get a little bit of fish people action at the end. So it's a little bit of
We learned so much about Vampussy.
and fish people.
Yeah.
Like how their tentacles will come out of their mouth sometimes. And also the horrific thing that happened to Seven's friend and how he got a not so horrific collection of books.
Does Vampussy smell like the fish people? Okay, I'm gross. Ew. Ew.
Ugh.
I don't like what I said. I don't like what I said. Ew.
I would say probably not. Like vampires like can stimulate. I looked that up. It's one of the Toreador's
Blush of life.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Blush of life. Somebody in the comments be like, "Nah, it's true. Nah, it's true. I know." What if somebody typed like several paragraphs about how like VTM vampire sex works in lore and compared to gameplay? How it's actually two different things altogether. And the implication is that the player characters are supposed to be slightly better at it than the NPCs or some shit.
I misheard that as like the vampire sex has gameplay.
We have this sex shit's serious. We got mechanics. We got dice rolls. Hey, can you roll endurance, performance plus stamina for me really quickly?
How much willpower do you have to spend to not cry at the end?
Performance. I mean, that's if you have a skill issue. If you land your performance stamina roll, you should be fine. Performance stamina.
You get a critical fail, and then Jamie plays just walk through the door and starts commentating.
That's that fucking video I saw somebody post. It was like some like YouTube short. It's like goated cuck chair techniques. And it's like it just posted in a gin chat, and it shows like person's like the criticizer, and it shows them writing notes and being like, "No, you're doing it wrong."
It's like the fucking Shadow from Wraith the Oblivion. How you can choose different archetypes of the fucking thing that is following you that wants you to kill yourself in ghost form. You see, you have the disappointed parent Shadow. You have the angry mentor Shadow. You have the critical cuck chair Shadow.
Yeah. I would say that went rather smoothly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say 6 XP because you haven't discovered any head honchos yet that you know of either problems.
We are at 358.
But yeah. But who knows? Maybe next session,
No.
maybe more. Who's to say?
Who knows?
Oh,
Ooh.
spooky ghost.
Thank you for tuning in to any to the live stream or VOD.
Like, comment, subscribe.
like, comment,
every
subscribe.
Tuesday. Show
Uh,
the fuck up. We need views. We
uh,
want money for
I
this.
also posted where I got my info about vampire sex.
We can sell so much merch someday. You want a plushie of Steph. I want a plushie of Steph. She's the best character design.
Or what about a Shadow
thanks?
Justice? What about a Shadow Justice T-shirt?
Wait, what about a Felicia plushie? Hold up.
Shadow Justice T-shirt that looks like a hypothetical comic book cover. Think
Look,
about it.
We aren't getting a Felicia plush until like 5,000 subscribers.
She's the real money maker.
She's the stretch goal. We're
gonna look up Hunter the Road Trip Rule 34, and it's just gonna be all Felicia and like one of everyone else here.
I feel like I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
like
We're gonna see some
5,000.
Steven entries. You're gonna see some Steven entries. You're not gonna like it.
You mean Steven or Stevie?
They both refer to the same dog person.
Oh.
See, we're going to have the Stevie be the resin 3D print STL.
I would want a Shadow Justice one, but I'm like, this is the character. This character's gonna get the Rule 34 tags.
Put it away. We're gonna have it. We're gonna have it in a PVC statue.
We're gonna have like a special miniature paint to make it extra glossy too.
Remember, everybody, you gotta wax your latex.
But what about generic goon that sounds vaguely like a terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger voice?
That will be on a pin.
I'm late.
Run.
Where's it go?
I will mention the whole
Get to
reason
the
why.
chopper.
One of the whole reasons why I suggested
I'm a
that
cartoon idiot.
that we put like the
Wait.
emblems associated with the characters on like that table was specifically
friendly
in
set of
case we
comments.
ever popped off, we could do that as like pin merch.
You see,
Ooh.
that's the character you're gonna see fuck other characters from different franchises.
On top of emblems just being cool,
The-
but I
the-
also kind of thought about merch whenever I suggested it.
With
You know what? Do you think you'll have this guy in the chair and like some of the artwork like this thing?
You know, I would love that as a plushie.
The living camera with like, I feel like either that or it'd
living
be like.
camera in the cuck chair.
I think ideally I'd want them as like one of those action figures where you put like slime in it and it like comes out. You know what I mean?
Where
It's like that Venom toy with like real slime in it. And like that Sandman one with like fake sand that has the exact same consistency as like poop.
what?
Man, we get green light by like
What?
early 2000 Adult Swim. So
I probably
fast.
I had a there's lore behind that one. I probably shouldn't have dropped it without explaining the lore. But yeah. Now me personally, I think I would either get a Shadow Justice Victor, or what about my boy Eddie Morrison?
Oh yeah, that guy. What about him, AC? What about him? Tell me about him. Tell me what are you merchandising off of this guy?
It's like maybe if this guy got a plushie, make his like hat like pull back and reveal his third eye.
That'd actually be pretty sick. That would actually be pretty cool.
Uh,
Not gonna lie, that would be actually kind of a cool idea.
or everybody's favorite character from the last arc, Gregory.
Yeah.
and Maynard. And his shoes. But yeah.
You see, they're gonna get the
Shoes.
U2s.
But yeah. I this was to talk about on stream. Get that out of my system. Glad y'all tuned in. Goodbye. Good night. I think about you.
Night.
Subscribe.
About you.
I love you.
Everyone thinks about